Look, everyone has a favorite scene in Pulp Fiction, but most people, they miss the invisible thread that stitches the whole movie together. If you've ever wondered why the timeline is so fragmented, or why certain characters survive while others meet a messy end, you're in the right place. I've been looking at this film through a very specific lens lately, one that explains the why behind every chaotic moment. And trust me, by the time we get to the final scene, you'll see how Vincent's fate wasn't just a random writing choice. It was an architectural necessity. Stick with me, because we're going deep into how Tarantino uses belief to build reality. Let's start with that apartment scene. When Jules and Vincent walk through that door, it's a masterclass in power. Jules isn't just a hitman here, he's an authority figure. He uses his voice, his posture, and even a biblical passage to dominate the space. But then, the impossible happens. 5 shots, point blank, and they aren't even scratched. This is the moment everything changes. For Jules, it's a miracle. For Vincent, it's just a freak accident. If you look at the camera work, those low angles make Jules look monumental, almost divine. But right after the shooting, notice how the camera shifts. It captures that first flicker of doubt, that moment of transformation. Even the lighting is intentional. The high contrast creates a sharp divide between light and shadow, perfectly mirroring the clash between Jules' new faith and Vincent's nihilism. Now, before we go any further, I want to talk about what we do here at CinemaZ. Our approach isn't just about reviewing a plot, it's about finding the idea behind the form. We believe that a film's structure, the lighting, the camera angles, the editing is a language of its own. We're here to decode that language and see how it shapes the way we perceive the world. If you're into analyzing cinema as a living, breathing philosophy, you're going to want to hear what's coming up next regarding the logic of fate. Think about that briefcase. We never see what's inside, right? That's because the content doesn't matter. The briefcase is a vessel for the power of belief. Vincent, for instance, is the man of accidents. He believes life is random. So, naturally, he accidentally shoots Marvin in the face. Was it a fluke, or was it his subconscious reacting to his frustration? Either way, your internal belief creates your external reality. Then you have Butch. He has an almost religious devotion to his father's watch. He risks everything to get it back. And yeah, it leads him into a nightmare with Marcellus. But because Butch chooses to act with honor in that basement, choosing to save his enemy, his bad luck instantly flips. The watch brought him luck because he gave it the power to do so. But here's the big question: why did Vincent have to die? It's not just a joke. It's the logical conclusion for a man who refuses to see the signs. While Butch is in the kitchen and the toaster pops, Vincent is caught off guard in the bathroom. It's a genius narrative move. But the real magic, that's in how Tarantino handles the timeline to keep us invested. Look at the dinner with Mia. This scene is a masterpiece of form. Vincent is a man of rigid boundaries. Mia is the total opposite. She's free, reckless, and she literally draws a square in the air to tell him to loosen up. Look at the dance. Mia is fluid. Vincent is stiff. The song You Never Can Tell is the perfect backdrop because it's all about the unpredictability of life. So, why scramble the timeline? This is where the postmodern genius comes in. By breaking the narrative, Tarantino forces us to focus on the connections between these events. And practically speaking, it's a brilliant way to kill off a beloved character, like Vincent mid-movie, without leaving the audience feeling cheated. In the end, Pulp Fiction shows us that there is no absolute truth, only the stories we tell ourselves, whether it's a samurai sword or a mysterious glow in a briefcase. It all works because the characters believe it does. But I want to know what you think. Do you side with Jules' miracle or Vincent's accident? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and stay tuned, because we have some even deeper deep dives coming up soon on CinemaZ.